Hey guys, welcome back to Davis RC. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to water break in your motor. Now this is for brushed motors. You shouldn't do this to a brushless motor. Right here we've got my Traxxas 1/16 scale E-Revo. And as you can see, I've gotten the motor mounts off. And that was a process, and this will work for any Traxxas brush motor, not just the 550, but like the 380, 775. And this is just a general way how to break your motor in. Now, with this being a brushed motor, there's different ways people break it in. I'm going to break it in with my nickel batteries. This is the one that came with the car, which is a pretty nice battery. I'm eventually going to get another one with a connector so I can get a little bit longer run time. What I'm going to be using today is just a bigger Traxxas nickel battery. Now, obviously, this doesn't fit in the car. As you can see, you put it on the car and it literally like sags, which is fine. But it's got a little bit more voltage on it, which is what I want to be looking for so I could get a good range on voltage. And this is just going to be a baseline so I can run it in a little bit longer. So the first thing you're going to need is some sort of jar. And with me doing this out here in my garage, I'm not going to be too worried about splashing it anywhere at all. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove my ESC. All you do is unclip this from here and it just slides right out. After you do that, you're going to want to get your jar. And your motor is going to want to go into the jar so it's basically touching. So I'm probably going to need something to set my car on, probably right about here. So I'm just going to get a box. Now this is just a box that I have. This is the box, the radio box for this thing, what the radio came in. This nice TQ transmitter, only the 2.4. You generally get this for the, not necessarily lower quality, just basically base radios. After you get something to get it so your motor's in there, we're going to fill it up with water. So let me do that real quick for you. Alright guys, here I'm back. For some reason this was making me want to reset the ESC, so I'm just going to run it off the good old Traxxas battery. Now, once you get you want the motor to be fully submerged in the water. You don't want any part of the motor out of the water. So right now I've got my ESC turned on, as you can see, right here, and I've got my radio on, so you can hear it. So that's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dip the motor in the water carefully, trying not to touch anything. Now what this is going to do is, what I'm doing is what you call a gradual break-in. So it's going to be 5 minutes low, 5 minutes quarter throttle, 5 minutes half throttle, 5 minutes full throttle. And what's that going to do is going to give it a gradual, basically just climb. So when you go through the throttle, you get a good, decent, smooth acceleration. And it's going to improve your top speed. Now it's not going to do much. Like I said, it's a brush motor. It'll probably give you anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour increase though, which is what we want. We do want this. There's other people on YouTube who have done different speed reviews and they've gotten around 21 miles an hour with this battery. And I want to see if we can hit close to 30 miles an hour with just this battery. So what we're going to do here, you're going to get your phone out and you're going to set a timer. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, you could do timer. We're just going to do right here a 5-minute timer. Start that. So we start at the quarter throttle and it's going to move the water, which is okay. You're going to want to hold the cables. So I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Alright guys, that's been 5 minutes. We're going to do another 5 minutes on half throttle. I might have to empty a little bit of water for full throttle, but here we go. Alrighty guys, here's after 10 minutes. And look at how nasty that water's looking. That stuff was clear. We're going to go 5 more minutes at full throttle. Now since this is only like a quart jar, I'm going to have to put a towel or something over it so don't splash everywhere. We don't want that. Alrighty guys, here we go. Last 5 minutes. Look at that. This towel is absolutely soaked. Look at all that carbon on there, though. All that carbon came off that motor. Now it is done. I did have to switch over to my 2-cell, unfortunately, because this poor little guy died. Look at that water. That water is nasty. I might have to throw that jar away. There you go. There's your 2-cell water break-in. Oh, hell, that's hot. Let's go ahead and turn her off. That is a toasty as sea. My Lanta. I will get another running video in here for you soon. There's these right there. That gold piece right there in between the rod. That's your bushings. And then you're going to want to squirt some in like those 4 holes. And then you just want to let it sit. You don't want to you don't want to run it. You want some sort of lube. Now, I'm conventional. What I'm going to use, I'm just going to use some WD-40. This stuff's great. You're going to want to take your motor and you're going to want to take compressed air, like that over there. You're going to want to blow it out. Reason being, to get anything, all that water out. You don't want any rust in there, especially on this little guy. That pinion, he's not going to like it. So that's that. There's the brand new Traxxas E-Revo 1/16 scale brushed water running video. Drop a like, drop a comment, share it with friends, families, neighbors. I don't know, anybody want. Little Titan 12 turn. I'll get a GPS here going soon and do some tests on the road. It is Utah now, and I will do one on-road test with it. It's snowy outside. Don't want to get a whole lot of tread on this. That's that. See you next time. Stay tuned.